As we enter the final days of the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championships, two teams who struggled in pool play will look to end their tournament on a high note this morning at the hangar. Good morning and welcome to the Moose Jaw Event Center, where Germany and Norway are preparing for the 7th place game. James Gallo and Jamie Nugebauer are with you to get ready for what should be a very tight contest. First, let's focus on Germany. They ended pool play with a 1-1-1 record. The squad battled throughout the last week, but just seemed like they were missing that big goal in a big moment. Jamie, let's talk about the keys for Germany as they close out their event.
For them, it's to end on a high note. Look, they were just back from the B pool. They're a team that played very, very well at this tournament. I think the Germans are very happy with the progress that they saw at this event. Keep that good feeling going, and you see it there. Simon Kunst in the net. He's a big piece for them. Their goalie, their coach, as well, has got them tuned. I think they'll be happy. Even though they're relegated, they played very well here.
On the other side, Norway went 0-3 in pool play, and throughout those games it seemed as though their offense just could not get going on a consistent basis. Jamie, what would you like to see from Norway as they close out their tournament?
Yeah, two relegated teams, but two different stories, really, James. Yeah. The Norwegians, very disappointed, very frustrated, had lots of scoring opportunities, even played the Chinese quite well, but just couldn't finish, especially against these Germans. Canadian coach Kenneth Babby here in his home country, I don't think, James, that he would have dreamt that his team would have been relegated to the B pool. So again, it's similar in that they want to end on a high note, but yeah, frustrating tournament for Norway.
Two hungry teams ready to go this morning, both looking to end this week on a positive, but only one team will walk away with victory. Jamie, let's take a look at our goaltending matchup.
Yeah, Andreas Sundt has been a key. He's only a 21-year-old, but he's been really good for Norway when called upon. Don't let the numbers fool you. And Simon Kunst, as he has most of this tournament, you know what, he's been good. He just ran into a hotter goalie in Italy in Stilitano on that night. And the Germans scored 5 goals in the group stage, all 5 of them against Norway, but they really showed well for their federation, for their country, for their program. Norway's got to figure something out. It was a rough one for them here in Moose Jaw.
Norway and Germany underway with our 7th place game. James Gallo, Jamie Nugebauer with you here this morning as Norway floats it in. Right circle shots, blocked out in front. Vetter bumping the Norwegian forward on the forecheck, able to steal and clear out as Norway recovers in the neutral zone. Turning up ahead quickly, and Morten Vanes as he stick handles across the line. Bumped, loose puck is Bach. Throws that wide of the net. Ray Large controlling, and a player behind the play on the ice. That is Hugo Radler, veteran of the German squad. Let's take a look at your officials for today's game. Martin Rapček from Czechia will call this game on the lines. Igor Hughes from Slovakia and Ryan O'Rourke from Canada. Radler ends in some discomfort.
I think they've done an outstanding job, by the way, James. The referees, not a story at all here at the event, and that's really what you want from the officials. But concern for sure for Hugo Radler out of Dachau in Germany, and little collision with his teammate there, it looks like. Bas Nisveld got in his way, and Radler, as you mentioned, been around a long time, getting some taps from both teams. You know, the game between these two teams in the group stage was one of the better games in the group phase. And I was speaking to a Norwegian coach afterwards. He said, yeah, not surprised. We know each other so well, James, because Northern Europe, obviously, where are you going to find teams to play? Well, why not find one pretty close there? So they know each other well.
I'm sure a lot of familiarity between the European teams, just as there is with Canada and U.S. Know them like the back of your hand. Know the styles, know the structure, know what to expect. As Norway controls, shot from the blue line in the glove of Simon Kunst. Another face-off upcoming in the Norwegian zone. Norway has had success at this event in the past, winning silver in 96, 2000, 2008, and 2009. Won gold in 2004, but they've been held off the podium for the past 14 years. A bit surprising, ranked 5th in the world, Jamie, and regulated to the B pool now.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration, a little stagnation maybe in the program for Norway, but Ken Babby back here, first time as the coach of Norway, try to set some of his ideas here with the Norwegian national team. Of course, a Saskatoon native, so not from too far away from here.
Maybe instill a little bit of that Canadian hockey style into the Norwegian program as Norway backpedals to their blue. Looking north, Lloyd Remy Solberg can't get across the red line as the Germans try to go on the attack for the first time. Schrader with Herring and Renhack. That's the Germany top line as it's cleared out by Norway. Not clean in transition, reaching back for it. Ula Uset is forced to dump in. Back on the forward check as Germany collides on the wall. Back staying low, rims it up the boards. Pinching off the blue line. Jan Roger Klakegi. Moved out, Renhack up ahead. Schrader on a 1-on-3. Protects. Shot drifting wide. Herring far wall. Joined by Renhack. Penalty upcoming. Holding the call.
And you get a good look at maybe the one Norwegian, James, that actually had a good tournament, and that was Ula Oiset. He was really good. Over 60% on the face-off dot. Only one other man in the tournament had a higher face-off percentage when taking over 40 draws in the tournament. So he's been excellent on the face-off dot. And Germany to the power play, neither of these teams have been able to really get their power play going. Call that an understatement. Germany 0 for 9 with the power play at the tournament. Norway 0 for 10. So that could be a key today to try to generate some offense for two teams that have had a hard time doing so.
Norway has only had 5 penalties in the tournament. Now they control. Ula Uset spinning on the wall. Moved away by Ingo Kulilandstein. Plays with a lot of energy, this Landstein. Lucas Sklors, young German defenseman, trying to move it up. Uset, though, good pressure, keeps it in. Ula Uset leading Norway with 2 goals, 4 points in the event. Norway 80% on the penalty kill. As Bryn Large skates his way to center. Willie Landstein just dumped this one in. Retrieving quickly is Norway. Up the wall and all the way down the ice. 60 seconds remaining on this German power play. No shots on net on the man advantage. Lucas Sklors up the ice. Didn't have center, and it is an icing's call. Sklors, one of the younger players on the German squad. Started in the sport when he was 12 years old. He's now 27. Models his game after Korea's Sang-Hwan Young.
And Lucas Sklors, he talked about him there. Germany's top defenseman, 11 points from the defenseman at the 2021 B-Pool tournament. And usually the B-Pool tournament in September or November or October, pardon me, the same year as the A-Pool, of course. So Germany will look to get back here in a couple of years' time and prepare to make the Paralympics in Italy. Sklors and Felix Schrader, the 2 big names on this Germany team coming into the tournament, will be expecting to be a piece of that if the Germans can get back.
Good forecheck on the penalty kill. As Solberg keeping Germany pinned as they find some open ice. Lead pass, Kuli Landstein. Trying to beat the icing call, unable to with 22 seconds to go on the penalty kill to Norway. Another face-off in the German zone. In Germany, just out of sync, but I think that's due to the Norwegian press.
Absolutely, and the Norwegians daring them to be crisp coming out of their own zone. Norway, you know, you're saying, hey, you know what, it's an 11 o'clock game, maybe you'll be not at your crispest. Does this game mean that much?
Off the draw, they score. Ula Uset wins the face-off. Quick snapshot as that fools Kunst, and Norway opens the scoring.
And I said it a second ago, James, there's no doubt that Ulla Oyseth has been Norway's best player. Over a 60% face-off, man, and that goal only happens because he wins the face-off so cleanly, gets a shot off. In fact, he won it so cleanly that Kunst was not ready and set for the shot off the draw. And Oyseth scored 2 goals in a minute 45 in the third period, with Norway down 4-1 in the group stage against the Germans. He scores his third against Germany alone in this tournament. Good start for Norway in this one.
Shorthanded goal as again Germany plays it down, unable to get on the puck as Norway retrieves. They'll move it up ahead. Neutral zone trying to spring Oyseth, but it's broken up by Germany, but still able to dump it in is Norway. Large. The wall, Schroeder looking for a lane, making the way to center. Herring, right side entry. Chips low. Brenhack on the forward check as Norway works around. Kalakegi digging his way across the German blue line through the middle. That shot is in the pads of Simon Kunst, and we'll step back. Getting to the 5-minute mark here, this opening period. Norway with a 1-0 lead as your weekend at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships is underway in Moose Jaw.
Culligan Water isn't just a name. It's a promise to put you and your loved ones first. Because with cleaner, softer water, you can feel confident about your water. Culligan Water has been the local water expert since 1936, when we pioneered the water softener. We've continued delivering unmatched service by meeting you where you are, whether it's where you live or where you work. And your satisfaction has always been our greatest reward. But that's not all. Culligan Water offers a responsible and economical alternative to the waste created from single-use plastic bottles. Our systems make it easier to preserve the planet, its landscapes, and its oceans. Because at the heart of everything Culligan Water does is a commitment to provide better water for a better world.
Ulla Oyseth has got Norway on the board. A shorthanded goal at 3:52. James Gallo, Jamie Nugebauer here at the Moose Jaw Event Center. 7th place game between Norway and Germany. Puck's just outside the German line. Battle on the wall. Worked in quickly by Alexander Lindgroth. Lucas Sklors looking to head north around the first wave. Lead pass trying to stretch the ice. Broken up though by Norway. Driving in quickly, Varnes. Defenseman jumping up. Morten Varnes, one of the leaders on this Norway team. Still controlling. High slot shot. Deflected, and then Kunst with a pad save. Nice puck management by Norway in the offensive zone. Bounced off the pad of Kunst. Sklors for Kuli Landstein. An energy player. Down the Norway wall. Check trying to cut inside by Varnes. On the open ice hits. Loose puck. Cleared out to center. Germany unable to dump it in deep. Norway will rim it back to the German zone. Ray Large. Nice to see Hugo Radler back out on the ice. A little banged up here earlier in the first period of play. He's got the puck in the German zone. Brenhack for Herring. Short pass for Radler as he's checked on the dump in. Varnes for Norway. Tipped ahead. Ray Large holds that blue line. Shot bounced wide. Germany still looking for their first shot on net. Herring steals. There's a drive at a sharp angle. As Germany finally gets some attack time and gets their first shot on Andreas Sundt.
And finally getting some offensive opportunities here. Varnes, forward usually, pushed into defense for this tournament with Odin Bake playing forward. And Herring, he's been a real menace for the Germans throughout this tournament. He's played really well, opened up a lot of eyes. 2 goals, 4 assists in 3 games for the Dresdner player. And great mustache, great flow as well.
Playing with Renhack and Schroeder. They've been a really good line. Their best line. There's a shot off the draw handled by the goaltender Sundt. Norway on a loose puck, using their walls defensively. Klakegg pitches up to the forwards as they tap it out. Lucas Sklors will work it in as Germany tags up. Try to head back on the forecheck. Cleared out by Norway. Sklors on the dump and back. Retrieving Klakegg. Hands it over and it's cleared down all the way by Norway onto Simon Kuntz, who steers it for Lucas Sklors. 1-0 Norway leading. Sklors. Chip out. Klakegg racing back for Norway. Makes the turn. Pushed up ahead. Martin Hamra. Over to Norstegi. Defenseman jumping up as he dumps in. Stephen Betts on the German wall. Pressured by the forecheck of Norway. Hamra for Ula Huset. Needs his team in shots coming into this hockey game. Got another one there. Huset looking to center. Puck loose between the circles. Germany all over it. And here comes Schroeder. Schroeder on a 1-on-3. Trying to get some support from Herring as they're across the line. Shot blocked. Martin Varnes. Behind Solberg. Carries all the way down. Huset there on the forecheck. Huset scoring shorthanded. 3:52 the difference in the hockey game right now. Solberg pinned by Renhack. Huset picks it up, trying to center. He was looking for back. That's broken up. Back to Huset. Turning away from the defenseman, plays it up to the blue line. Varnes. Back to Huset. High shots, and Kuntz the save. 5:35 to go in your opening period. Norway still with the 1-0 lead as the World Para Ice Hockey Championships continue in Moose Jaw.
So I got another Parkland ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Kyler for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
1-0 Norway leading, and Jamie Knut Andre Norstega, the captain of the Norwegian team, is a guy who's caught your eye.
Yeah, I mean, he's had heavy minutes. Only 3 defensemen listed on the Norwegian roster, and as I mentioned, Odin Bake has been playing forward, so Norstega has had a heavy load to carry, 40 years old, and comes into this game -6 on the tournament, but it's hard to blame him. He's just carried so much of that minutes and matchup load for this Norwegian team at the tournament, and talked about their inability to score. That puts extra pressure too on the defense. I'm sure he's going to need some good rest after this tournament's over.
Norway enters again. Solberg sends it in deep. Useth for Solberg behind the net. Like Norway again, their puck management in the offensive zone, their forecheck, good, finding their lanes, getting in holes. Here they steal another puck. Useth for back, scores! Auden back in the slot, snaps it home. 2-0, Norway leads.
And it's a carbon copy of the group stage game between these two teams, just in terms of Norway possessing the puck, having a lot of offensive zone time early. The difference is they're gripping the sticks a little bit less tight now that relegation is already assured for these two clubs, and they're finding ways to put pucks in the back of the net. Auden Bakke was a guy that we all expected to see a lot from. He led all defensemen in goals scoring at the 2021 A-Pool tournament back in the Czechia and Ostrava, and he already has his third of this tournament. He was a guy expected to do a lot for Norway. It's been disappointing for all of them, but that's typical Bakke there, finishing in the middle of the ice.
Nice feed by Useth. Bakke between the circles. Quick off his stick, meeting Kuntz, to sprawling now to cover up that puck. A big difference again is that there's more control for Norway in the attacking zone. Germany kind of one and done coming in on the puck. That's good structure defensively by Norway, but offensively, Norway is just able to handle the puck, Jamie, find their lanes, and get their shot opportunities.
Yeah, and it's fair to wonder and understand, I guess, about this German team. They put in so much energy and effort and heart and guts into their performances. Of course, they beat this Norwegian team in the group stage, and obviously everybody got pummeled by China in the group, but their game against Italy, the Germans absolutely dominated, played outstanding hockey, and got nothing from it.
Lost in a shootout in that one. It was a great game. Goaltenders were fantastic in it. It's kind of a turning point for Germany, hey? Was that game?
Yep. Well, it looked like they were pretty clear to go on to the quarterfinal after their win against Norway anyways, but
Norway controls again. Useth. Varnes, shots. Nice high save by Kunst. Great shot from the blue line by Morten Varnes. One assisted in the tournament.
Yeah, Simon Kunst, the 321 goals against. Great athleticism, as you see right there, diving across on that point shot from Varnes with Solberg right in his kitchen. Great job of looking through the screen, able to hang on as well with no rebound, with Solberg waiting for one. That's so key.
Useth and Herring in the face-off circle is the Norwegian that wins it as they control Solberg. Off the wall and low. Sklors rims around the wall. Schroeder forced to come back in deep. Dishes it off again for Sklors. Checked by Useth. Keeps the puck in the German zone. Bakke will snap it cross ice as Herring moves it up the wall. Norway anticipating, and Varnes keeps it in. Play low for Useth, just wide. Sklors will rim around the near side wall. Herring trying to clear out, just goes off the stick. Trying to break on a 2-on-2. Radler with Schroeder, but an open ice hit by Norstega, the captain of the Norwegian team. Breaks it up. Germany a far shot. Handled by Sunt. Battle on the wall. Solberg and Radler right in the mix. Ranhack and Varnes dug loose by Norway. Bakke, as Jamie talked about, the defenseman playing forward here in the event. Lets that puck roll inside. Scores checked by Bakke. Off the wall, grabbed by Renhack. Nice move. Play it up the ice. Schroeder colliding with Captain Norstega. Deep in the Norwegian zone, off the boards. And gently towards the goaltender Sundt as he gets a whistle with 2:02 remaining in the opening period.
Big collision in the neutral zone. These two teams were crushing each other in the group stage game, and you see the 21-year-old Andreas Sundt make the save. Their other goalie, Johan Grunli, had been their normal starting goalie the last number of years. Giving the youngster a shot, Ken Babby, and he hasn't done too badly at all, Sundt, especially when you take away that game against Germany in the group stage.
Sundt turning 21 this year. Norway, a young team, average age of 29, compared to Germany, where it's 36. And again, Ken Babby, the Canadian, the new head coach of Norway. Going to lead this team back into the A pool later on this year. Sent in from across center by Norway. Under 90 seconds remaining in this opening period. Cooley Landstein didn't see that puck till it was too late. It carries all the way down. Icing is the call. Shots 9-3 for Norway. Kind of tells the tale of the game.
And the Norwegians have done this bunch of the games there in that B group at this event. Lots of chances, lots of zone time. Not much to speak of on the scoreboard, except for today. There's Kenneth Babby. You mentioned from Saskatoon. He was the head coach of Team Canada from 2015 to 2022, and his assistant Russ Harrington and Team Canada. Now, of course, Canada's head coach Harrington take on Czechia in the semifinal later. New project for Babby, and take some time for this Norwegian program to follow his pattern. Of course, this is his first tournament in charge of Norway.
Babby won a gold medal at this tournament in 2007 with Canada. Paralympic silvers in 2018 and 22. Bakke between the circles, checked by Cooley Landstein. Puck worked loose as Herring sends it up ahead. Germany with the numbers up the ice. Cooley Landstein on the wall with Disveld back behind the net. 30 seconds to go here in the first. Norway back defensively. And now they'll move it out. Norway looking to come with numbers. Bakke leads the rush, hands it off. Shot in the slot, just put wide as Klakegi joined that rush. Disveld spinning away from Solberg, who continues on the check. And the first period comes to an end. If you're Norway, all smiles, Jamie. Good first period for them. They got 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they wanted something to feel good about, James. This intermission, Germany's got to find some energy. Don't have much in that first period. Not the typical Germany we've seen throughout the tournament.
A pair of goals by Norway, one early and one late, as they have a 2-0 lead here in the 7th place game at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw.
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Scores! Jägerbomb!
like he's been doing it all his life.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
My window's like a mirrored reflection. I have to steer you in the right direction. I have to trust that we can find a way.
On every trip, you can depend on Esso to be the place between places, connecting you to what's next.
Good morning!
So I got another Parkson ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Kyler for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything, all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming, GEO satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Useth and Aden Baki. And Norway leads Germany 2-0 after the opening frame. James Gallo and Jamie Nugebauer here going through the 7th place game here on a Saturday morning in the friendly city. Jamie, let's first off talk about Norway. Get the 2 goals in the opening period of play. If you're Ken Babby going to the intermission, is it a matter of just staying the course right now for the next 2 periods of play?
Yeah, I think that first period, James, is what they drew up for the game plan for the whole tournament. They did a good job, throughout the tournament of cycling, playing physical, playing solid, structural, defensive hockey. They just couldn't finish. First period here, they got 2 more goals. James, all 7 of Norway's goals at the tournament against Germany. I guess Germany brings out the best of them, but there you go.
The other side is the German team that in the pool play, they play with a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, and that's something you didn't really see in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think their coaching staff is going to be a little frustrated. You know, you're wearing that German crest on your chest, even though it's a game that isn't meaningless, never meaningless when you're playing for your country, but you see it there, James. 3 shots on goal, not much with their power play, gave up a shorthanded goal, a little fight back, a little pride. I know it's the morning, 7-8 game, whatever, but find a way to get something positive from this game if you're Germany. They were very energetic in the group stage, James. Fun to watch. See if that reemerges here, second period.
See if they can find some jump when this second period of play opens up as we look at your first period highlights.
Yeah, Ulla Oiset was a man on a mission in that period. Kept winning face-offs. Nordstoga had a rough tournament. A lot of work to do, but got a good shot on goal there. There's the goal. Oiset won it so cleanly against Bas Disveld that it didn't even allow Kuntz time to get set on that shot and handcuffed him. And then Odin Bakke, the star offensive producer of this Norwegian program, jumped in the middle of the ice and attacked from a spot that as a defenseman he'd be very familiar with. Beautiful feed there as well from Oiset. He had himself a period, a goal and an assist for a Norwegian team that had a hard time scoring against everybody but Germany in this tournament. There's a good save in the end by Kuntz. Not much to do for Sund. Norwegians did a great job bottling the Germans up in the neutral zone. Probably the most difficult save of the period right there for the 21-year-old Sund right after a collision in the neutral zone. Herring put it on from distance that almost handcuffed Andreas Sund, but he was able to make the save, and the faithful on hand.
He's got some energy.
Got some energy. Someone send some popcorn up to the booth. I could eat popcorn any time of the day.
Never too early for popcorn. We're past 12 o'clock here local time. No, we're just about. Never too early for popcorn, Jamie. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I spoke to the Norwegian coach, one of the Norwegian coaches after the game between these two earlier in the tournament. In fact, the first day of the tournament. And he said these two programs are like brothers. They know each other so well. They play pre-season exhibitions against each other all the time. Northern European countries, of course, and no matter what the situation, the scenario, whether they're in Canada, whether they're in Oslo, whether they're in Beijing, doesn't matter. They want to beat each other. So I expect the emotion to come in this game at some point. But
the power of the mullet, hey, Jamie? That's great. Nice sign right behind the German bench.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we were talking about what to name medal group, perhaps, between Lowenstein and Herring for Germany. Das Mullet was something that the production crew came up with. Not bad.
We're underway in the second period. Germany in white, trailing Norway in red 2-0. As this one's dumped in deep. Varnes playing it around the Norway wall. Cleared down by Bakke. It will go all the way for icing. 19 seconds into this second period. Early Saturday morning, trying to find some energy is Germany. Norway just playing to their structure, discipline in their systems, controlling the hockey game right now.
Nordstoga again out there. Just feels like he's out all night for Norway every time they play. And yeah, as I said, it's been a heavy tournament for Mr. Nordstoga. Ken Babby's got to find some more defensemen, perhaps, to play for this Norwegian national team.
Disfeld was in the circle. Then Renhack came in. He got tossed out. Kuli Landstein then will take the face-off and win it for Germany. Radler's shot blocked. Germany will then dump it in low. Goes off the end wall. Reaching is Sunt as he'll cover it up, and we'll get another face-off.
And the Germans' 5-3 win over Norway, as we mentioned, but a 1-0 shootout loss to Italy, in which the Italian goalie Stilitano made 26 saves, and then 7-0 loss to China. But lots to like about this German program after this one.
Clear down the ice. Germany has never finished higher than 5th and lower than 8th at this event. They will finish either 7th or 8th this year. Kuli Landstein racing. He's on the puck first, but then turns away. Varnes then has it pinned. Disfeld, the captain of the Germans, comes in, poked away. Off the Norway wall. Controlling. Uset. Goal scorer. Short-handed early in that first period to give Norway a 1-0 lead. Look at him handle that puck. Plays it to the wall. Varnes can't get it around Renhack. Uset and Renhack collide. Uset finishing on top. Plays it around. Kuli Landstein runs into Radler. And on the loose puck, Norway will move it up ahead. Looking for Solberg. Passes behind. Stepping up, Brillarge. Will then dump it in. Morten Varnes, one of the key players for Norway. Headbanning this, Uset for Solberg. Back check by Kuli Landstein. You wanted energy? He can supply it for Germany. I find that's when Germany's at their best, is when Landstein giving that depth scoring and that depth pressure, and he does it through his energy and his presence. As it's moved out. Norway backpedaling to their blue line. Klockeggy just able to work it inside. There's Kuli Landstein. Watch him too. He'll be all over the ice. Landstein. Offense, defense. He's everywhere. Sent in, but icing. Early on in the second period, Norway with the 2-0 lead.
He and his 31-year-old Bash brother, Bernard Herring, I agree. There's the Germans, of course. What's a Germany-Norway game without me talking a little bit about soccer and Red Bull Leipzig. Fußball, Red Bull Leipzig and Eintracht Frankfurt gonna square off in the DFB Pokal final, the German Cup today, and pretty entertaining. It's always a good thing for me, I think, when Bayern Munich's not in the finals of something. Of course, they found a way to win another German league championship this year, but should be a good one between RB Leipzig and Eintracht Frankfurt, two exciting teams.
Jamie, that is going deep into the game prep. Deep into the game prep. And it's played down an icing call against Germany.
Well, I love this. I love the football, as they call it in Europe, and of course, should also mention from the Norwegian side of things, Erling Haaland and Manchester City on their way maybe to winning everything that there is in Europe, winning the FA Cup against their bitter rivals Manchester United today as well. Manchester City just wins everything all the time. What a machine.
Renhack clears out. Barnes in the neutral zone. Norway unable to enter. Renhack open ice hits and then rolling the puck down. Kuli Landstein on the forward check, trying to get it away from the Norwegian defenseman. Maybe just a little too aggressive on the forward check was Kuli Landstein. He'll head off for hooking, and Norway onto their first power play of the hockey game.
And that was one of the problems that Norway had in the tournament, and especially in that first game against the Germans, in which they had plenty of power play opportunities, especially in the first two periods, is Thakeg being held on to there by Launstein. You kind of have a couple Mississippis. The refs will let you grab on a little bit, but if you're sort of get to three Mississippis with your hanging on, they're gonna call you there every time. And opportunity here for Norway to make this score line bigger.
Can't engage the slingshot there, Jamie.
Right.
Launstein was very close to that. Cleared down by Germany. Norway's first power play here of the hockey game. No power play goals in the tournament, 0 for 10 in this one. Germany has surrendered 2 power play goals, but they're at 80% on the penalty kill. Bakke spinning on the wall, coming back to the blue line. Norway setting up. Bakke checked. Puck loose is Norstega. Usef in front, off the crossbar. Great shot there by Lindroth. Nice puck control. Norstega works his way to the far wall. Hands it quickly. Bakke. Usef. Bakke back to Usef. Quick shot. Scores! Ooh la la! Ooh la! Usef! Power play goal. 3-0 Norway leading.
And it was all well and good that Bernard Herring was laying some body high at the blue line, but that meant there was more space deep in the German zone, and Bakke with a quick, slick feed to Ola Oyset. We talked about him having a wonderful tournament. And he continues to show that he belongs with some of the best forwards in the world. Boy, has he been good today. As I said, he's had a great tournament overall. Had 4 points coming into this. One of the best face-off men in the tournament too. One of the most shots on goal. And 3-0. Norway finally gets a power play goal in this tournament, James.
Giving them some insurance, now leading 3-0. Ula Usef with his second goal of the hockey game. He's got a shorthanded marker, now a power play goal. Needs one at even strength to get the cycle. And Germany, their backs against the wall even more. Fabian Cruikshank on the neutral zone boards, checked by Germany. Puck underneath. Cruikshank. Kuli Landstein will now rim this one in. Vernes checked by Disfeld. Puck comes off the wall, loose beside the Norway net, and covered up. A power play goal by Ula Oyset has given Norway a 3-0 lead. We're early in the second period of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw.
Stop spring in style with new offers from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC.
Costco is back, and eligible members can receive a $750 bonus on select trucks and full-size SUVs. Step into the powerful 2022 Chevy Silverado or 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 with low financing rates starting at 1.49% for up to 72 months. Drive in comfort and style with the versatile 2023 Equinox and 2023 Terrain, featuring standard heated seats, advanced safety features, and a modern infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Or opt for the spacious and refined 2023 Buick Enclave with standard all-wheel drive starting from as low as 2.99% financing. Don't miss out on these limited time offers. Visit us today to experience the thrill of driving a new Chevrolet Buick.
And there's Ken Babby, the coach of the Norwegian team. And when you take over a new program, a win to get your guys feeling good, to listen to what you have to say, it's so critical. He's got to be thrilled with what he's seen for the first half of this hockey game.
3-0 Norway leading. James Gallo, Jamie Nuggebauer with you here this morning. Opening up the weekend with this 7th place game between these two clubs as they try to finish strong. Norway in the driver's seat right now. Germany just hasn't had it since that shootout loss against Italy. They've got a half a game to find it, but they need 3 goals. Schroeder dumps in. Herring, snap shot blocker side wide. Schroeder on the near side wall. Plays it in deep. Klockeggy checked by Herring. Norstega for Oyseth. He's checked. Herring with Schroeder. Put it at a sharp angle. Puck was on top of the crease, cleared to the wall. Germany on it. Schroeder straddling the blue line for Herring. Snap shot knocked down in front by Pabst. Norstega clearing it out under the sled. Oyseth back to the Germany blue line. Played to center. Oyseth will move it in quickly. No control for Norway. There's Hugo Radler. Will come deep in the German zone. Ray Large can't hold on. Solberg will pick it up. Solberg and Oyseth. Dangerous duo for Norway. Thrown in front, deflected as Oyseth looking for his even strength goal. As I mentioned, he's got a shorty. He's got a power play goal. There's a shot from the blue line. Kutst reaching to make that save. Isfeld able to control, sends it down. Icing waved off. 7.5 to go in the second period. 3-0 Norway leading. They've got a 14-4 advantage on the shot clock. Gliding into the neutral zone. Klockeggy bursting through the middle across the German line. Stick handling to the near side wall. Betts checks him off the puck. Disfeld works it low. Scores defensively at his goal line. Using the boards to clear it out. Klockeggy has it go off him. Uli Landstein by himself. Nice turn on the near side wall. Cross ice at the blue line. Betts high shots drifting over top of the net. Disfeld checked by a pair of Norwegians behind the Norway net. Norway's clearing attempt goes off of Renhack. Kept in low. Germany changing up their lines now. Kuli Landstein with Renhack and Vetter, I believe. Scores, left circle. Rashad blow and scores. Lucas scores, puts it through traffic, and he gets Germany on the board.
Well, you mentioned a bit of a line juggle, making the coach look like a genius, Andreas Pokorny. And Renhack making a menace of himself. Just a little knuckle puck from the point. Confused a lot of people. That was almost a slider in baseball. As Scores had that one kind of curve and cut, short, low side. And Germany has life, and you see him telling his guys, let's get emotion going, let's get energy going. Will that turn this game around? Because the Germans have needed some sort of spark in this one.
Lucas Sklors, 27 years old, a key member of this Germany team, scoring his first goal of the event. Now down by 2. Is Germany finally able to respond? Puck thrown in from center by Norway. Solberg hustling for Norway. Behind the net. Worked around. Bakke. Sklors from Disfeld is the call on that goal. Bas Disfeld, the captain of Germany, getting his first points of the event. Klockegge ahead. Oyseth trying to center. Off a sled. Solberg moves it to the far wall. Checked by Herring. Out with Schroeder and Paps. That's the change in the line from the Germany team. Throughout the tournament, you would have seen Renhack out there. Cleared down. Hustling quickly was the captain Nordstege for Germany. Klockegge, lead pass. Oyseth tipped it around Sklors, but then lost his edge. Allowing Germany to recover defensive. Solberg, he's got a lane to the net. Looks for Oyseth, scores! Hat trick, Ula Oyseth, 4-1 Norway.
And he's got that cycle you were talking about too. Even strength, power play, short-handed. There was the even strength one, a hat trick for Ula Oyseth. He's also got an assist on the Odin Bakke goal. And Solberg, some patience, some unselfishness as well. He could have easily pulled the trigger. And a little flat-footed Frank Renhack, too, of Germany. And any momentum the Germans might have had sucked out of them right there. And Ula Oyseth, what a game. I don't think he's lost a face-off today either. Everything Oyseth has touched turned to gold today, and a hat trick for him.
I believe it was Jan Roger Klockegge that forced the turnover, and in short ice, Lloyd Remy Solberg leads that little 2-on-1 with Oyseth, and they play it to perfection. Oyseth hat trick goal as Norway gets that one back, heading to 3-goal lead. Disfeld, far shot off the blocker of Sundt. Landstein. Shot to the net off a stick high and wide. Relarge will now rim around the Norwegian zone. Nordstege. Delang moving it ahead. Big hit by Reidler. That's a power play upcoming for Norway. Charging the call. 4-1 Norway leads when we come back on the power play. Saturday hockey at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw. Hugo Reidler is called for this hit, Jamie.
Yeah, a little frustration maybe there. Reidler caught his man with his head down. And reminder as well, later today, semifinal Saturday, 3 o'clock. The USA and China, boy, that'll be fun.
Good game.
And Canada and Czechia with the 7 o'clock local start. But I think everybody wants to see how the Chinese do against the Americans.
China advancing to the semis with a 7-2 win over Korea. Oyseth shot blocked, rebound then going wide. Czechia advancing with a 4-0 win over Italy. And despite the Americans finishing first in the A pool, they get the top team in the B pool. That's being China. I think Canada may have dodged one there.
I think so.
That shot blocked in front by Ren Hack. China, the most impressive team. Program started in 2017, and here they are. They'll be playing for a medal. Just don't know what color it is. There's a far shot, high and wide by Oyseth. Solberg on the man advantage. 60 seconds to go. Bakke for Oyseth. Back to Oyseth. High slot protecting the puck. There's the shot. Stopped by Kunst. Rebound put wide there by Lingrutz. He was jamming away. And then Germany will bounce it all the way down. Love the structure of the power play. The Norwegians, the way they're able to handle the puck. Good puck management. Get a shot that they like. Norstega on his end boards. Oyseth. He'll take his time coming up the ice, looking for the controlled breakout. Lead pass Solberg at the German blue, moves it over to Lingrutz on the near wall. Again, trying to set up on the man advantage. Norstega to Oyseth, right circle Lingrutz. Trying to get away from Sklors. Shift up the wall, Oyseth back to 5-on-5. Pass too far for Norstega, good hustle to keep it in. Lingrutz. Off the far wall. Ran into Renhack. No shot. And then Herring will split the defenders. Puck all the way down on the goaltender. No icing. Shots 19-5 for Norway here in the hockey game. 9-2 Norway in the period. Cooley Landstein stealing the puck from Norway as he comes on the line change. Beside the net, trying to center. Disfeld didn't see it. Now he does. Just angles that puck back below the goal line. Bakke controlling for Norway. Lead pass splitting Solberg along with Hamra. And it goes all the way down for an icing call against Norway.
And we're going to look at this Norwegian power play. As you hold it right there, just stop it. Right there, you see Norstega here and Bakke. They have a lot of movement between them. They're going to go back and forth. That draws Herring out. Now he's caught in this spot here. And you see now you have a 3-on-2 down low because Herring is chasing these guys around. So we've seen that a number of times with this Norwegian power play. Able to generate offense because they draw a German penalty killer higher. They've been able to generate a lot down low with those odd man opportunities.
Norway controlling out of their zone. Bakke with 60 seconds to go here in the period. Flipped in from center. It's into the glove of Kunst as he puts that on the ice for Sklors, the goal scorer for Germany. Ahead for Disfeld, their captain. Center ice, Cooley Landstein uses his glove to knock it down. He'll track it down in the Norwegian zone. To the net. Save made by Sundt. Disfeld on the doorstep. 34.6 seconds away from the second intermission.
And Sundt was good. Boy, was he excellent against China. I think of all the teams in that B pool, Norway definitely played the Chinese the best. It was only a 5-1 win for the Chinese in that game. And China, James, 26 goals,
it's unreal.
3 against. So,
you know, as much as we say it's you want to see teams playing China, I think China wants to see how they stack up, right? You know, the B pool here in the A event is a lot different than the teams in the A pool at the event. And a chance to face off against the #1 ranked USA team, a challenge that I'm sure China is very much looking forward to. And everybody anxious to see. Dumped in by Germany. Norway moves it around the forecheck, but Renlarge on the walk kept it in only for a slight moment as this puck will slide down the ice. And we'll go for icing with 5.3.
And to that point, I asked Declan Farmer, the USA forward, maybe the best player in the world, about Yifeng Shen before the tournament, and he said he hasn't faced anybody. He doesn't face anybody. He was very bold about it. Obviously, that's his words, not mine. But
it's an honest answer, though.
It was an honest answer. He said, "I think he's got tools. He can skate. We'll see what he does against us, though." He'll find out today.
Norway, with a pair of goals from Ulla Oyseth, have taken a 4-1 lead. Lucas Sklors for Germany to get them on the board. Norway just executing right now through 30 minutes of play.
Yeah, their coach Ken Babby's got to be feeling good, especially the way they responded to Germany getting one back.
4-1 Norway leads here in the 7th place game as the World Para Ice Hockey Championships continue from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Scores! Jägerbomb!
In his first Paralympic Games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
My window's like a mirrored reflection. I have to steer you in the right direction. I have to trust that we can find a way.
On every trip, you can depend on Esso to be the place between places, connecting you to what's next.
Good morning!
So I got another Parkson ticket. Play 92, number one for throwbacks.
It's Connor for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming Geo satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Germany and Norway winding down their tournaments here this morning as Norway leads 4-1 in the second intermission. James Gallo and Jamie Nugebauer with you. Seventh place game. We expected, I think, a pretty tight battle. I thought we've seen that for the most part, for sure, from one team, and that's Norway. They've played tremendous here tonight, led by Ulla Oyseth. 3 goals and 4 points.
3 goals, a power play goal, a short-handed goal, even strength goal. You call it the cycle, I guess, in hockey. I don't know if that's a technical term, but whatever. Ulla Oyseth has done everything, won every face-off. He's been a rock in the middle of the Norwegians. 8 points as well throughout the whole tournament. He's been great.
For Germany, they do get a goal from Lucas Sklors. I think, though, Jamie, a little more consistency and a little more pressure from their forecheck is something they'd like to see.
Yeah, well, we saw on their goal, and we'll see it in the highlight pack in just a minute here, but forecheck went in, got a puck, turned it over, got it back to Sklors at the point, and a simple shot through some traffic in front. When the Germans played with energy throughout this tournament, they were pretty effective when they could get a puck deep and get a bunch of bodies towards it, stop it up, get on the forecheck. Good things happen. They showed they could do that, James, and just didn't see it enough through the first 30 minutes of this game.
Difficult part is that Norway's done such a great job with their puck management, good on the forecheck, controlling the puck in the offensive zone. Norway as well on the power play, winning the special teams battle, 1 power play goal, and also with a shorthanded marker.
And Varnes and Nordstoga and Bakke, when he's back there, have done a great job moving pucks quickly for Norway, and so that really limits what Germany can do because they're so reliant on turning pucks over. So you see the 7 shots on goal there for Germany, 20 for Norway. They've had really good zone time, and all of that starts for Norway with the fact that their D are moving the puck real crisply. They're moving it through the neutral zone, getting it up to Oyseth, up to Bakke to get their job done down in the German zone. It's been a picture-perfect performance so far by Norway.
15 minutes left in this 7th place game between Norway and Germany as we look at our second period highlights.
And there's Oyseth almost getting another assist. What a beautiful feed right there through the seam to young Lindgrot. And he just pinged it off the bar. You know, he'd like to open his account here at this tournament. His first World Hockey Championships is Odin Bakke was expected to put up big numbers in this tournament for Norway. He finds Oyseth right there with a beautiful feed as he drew a couple German defenders to him. Herring late on his rotation, and a beautiful finish there by the man of the moment, Ulla Oyseth. He's been spectacular for Norway. Great save there by Kunst. He had to be acrobatic a few times for the Germans in the net today, but here's the goal I was talking about. Sklors just put one to the net. Did it hit Varnes in front? Could have. I think it did, in fact, confuse Sundt as a result, and Sklors claimed it. But the Norwegians with a great response. Mentioned a turnover Solberg with an unselfish play there to Oyseth, and he had no trouble beating Kunst right there. And for Ken Babby, very important for him to get his Norwegian team feeling good. That was the power play. The Norwegians had the puck in the German zone for about 2 minutes on that power play. Just couldn't find the back of the net, but good systems, good effort, good energy from the Norwegians, and they've just been the better team through 30 so far in this one.
Some Canadian fans shown on the big screen, getting ready for that big game tonight, semifinal game against Czechia. That's at 7 o'clock. The other semifinal goes at 3 between USA and China. Two very good games upcoming. Fun day at the hangar here in downtown Moose Jaw. Third period underway. Norway in red controlling. Germany in white, heading back defensively. Brady Large looking to retrieve. Pressure from Bakke as it's moved around the wall. Disveld. Czech trying to clear. That was Oyseth. Comes off the wall. Germany pokes it low. Now rimmed around. Kuli Landstein unable to control. And then Solberg forces Radler to play it in deep. Radler had that hit back in the second period. Took a penalty for it. It's a big collision in open ice. Norway holds the zone. Norstega bounces it on net. Radler on the rebound. Over to Brady Large. Outlet pass. Intercepted. Oyseth. That shot glove side high. Solberg along with Bakke. This line has been dangerous. Oyseth snap shot. Glove save made by Kunst. And a face-off upcoming inside the Germany zone. Just too many second opportunities Germany's giving away to Norway.
Absolutely, and that pursuit, especially by this line, as you mentioned, and it all starts again. Ola Oyseth, and the best news for Norway coming out of this tournament too, James, is that Ola Oyseth's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
Out of the Vålerenga program in Oslo. Like so many good Norwegian hockey players and para-hockey players over the years playing for Krakene Moss right now, but only 24, so he can be around a while.
Could be the future of this sport, not just in Norway, but I think in the world. You're looking for those premier players to build the sport around. He could be one of them. I shouldn't say could be. He will be one of them. Very impressed with the way he's played today in this entire tournament. Norstega rimmed around the defensive zone for Norway. Lindroth pinned along the wall. Some help from Kalakegi as the puck comes loose. And Norstega for Lindroth. Up the ice, touched ahead by Fabian Cruikshank. Pinned along the neutral zone boards was Hamra. And Norway forced just to dump in. Norway with two quick shots here in this third period, leading 4-1. Germany trying to find some pressure as the puck rolls down the ice. Varnes coming up from behind the Norway net, stolen away. Nice play by Rendhack. A save made by Sundt. Frank Rendhack. Great job on the forecheck. That's the pressure they want. Stole that puck away. And a good chance for Germany.
And the Bremen man, Rendhack, not a good turnover by Varnes there, as you got an extra bump by Herring as well afterwards. And Rendhack with a wonderful chance off the turnover, off the forecheck. And just want to say as well, last game here for Germany and Norway here in Moose Jaw. Thank you so much to your fans and your faithful and your teams coming out to our beautiful province here in Moose Jaw, and hope you come back again. Great to see these two programs in action here this week.
Moose Jaw's really embraced this competition. New to a lot of people here in the friendly city, but in surrounding area. Everybody very impressed with what they've seen so far. Great job by the organizing committee as well. Solberg trying to cycle behind the German nets. Germany stole. Outlet pass broken up. Oyseth Far shot blocker saved by Kunst. Behind the net, Redlarge. Over to Disfeld. Chip up the wall. Radler. Into the neutral zone looking for Cooley Lonstein, but broken up by Oyseth. And played back inside the German zone. 4.5 gone. Sorry, 3.5 gone in this third period of play. Puck comes loose off the German boards. Lucas Sklors, their goal scorer. Clearing it out. Too far for Disfeld, but it carries to the Norwegian line. Turning up quickly. Adenbake. Lost it at the German blue. Sklors. Driving his way through the middle. Looks left wing for Disfeld, who will chip in. But they say that Cooley Lonstein was offside, so Germany has to head back. Just they've been out of sync, right? Just that execution missing here this morning. Norway from center. Snaps that in. Redlarge. Feededy off the end boards for Sklors, rather. Lucas Sklors. Ahead off of the stick of Schrader. Cooley Lonstein. Nice body check on the forecheck. Germany, though, has to head back defensively. Working the way to center and then dumping it inside. Fabian Cruikshank. Norway's Verness. Oyseth to the net. That just put wide. Good chance for Martin Hamra. Oyseth. Stick handling, high slot. Moves it right boards. Glakegi will chip it to the net as Kunst holds on. 4-1. Norway leading. Under 10 minutes remaining here in this third period as the World Para Ice Hockey Championships roll along here in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Like he's been doing it all his life.
Germany trailing Norway 4-1. Jamie, take us the road that Germany took to get here.
Yeah, well, they didn't have an easy road, to be honest. They qualified by getting the silver medal at the 21 B-Pool tournament in Sweden, and they had to beat the hosts as well as beating Poland to get here. And again, not an easy route. This is great experience for them to hear it come out, play in Canada, play in this venue, and face some really good competition. I think as a program, the Germans, as I've said, have to be happy with this and happy with their experience. Only a couple opportunities at this highest level in their existence, the highest level being a 5th place in 2008, but certainly some promise for Germany.
Willow Oyseth. He's got 4 points, including a hat trick for Norway. Unable to keep it in, along with Lloyd Uremi Solberg. Now they'll just dump it in. Good communication on the forecheck by Norway, trying to take away those lanes. Cooley Lonstein able to force it out. Can't hold on to that biscuit. It's dumped back inside by Norway. Shots in the period 4-1 in favor of Norway. They have the 4-1 advantage in the hockey game. Redlarge across the red line. Cooley Lonstein on the forecheck. Good angle, but unable to get control of the puck. moved up ahead. A lot of open ice for Norway to come up as Germany was changing. They'll just dump it in from center. Lucas Sklors. Chip too far for Pabst. And Norway will tap it back down low. Hamra just missed a great chance earlier in the period. Trying to wrap around. Scores! Alexander Lindgrutz making it 5-1 for Norway. Great wraparound there by Lindgrutz.
And young Alexander Lindgrutz, his first goal of the tournament. 20 years of age. Talk about him and Oyseth being the future of the program. Well, Lindgrutz had a really tough tournament. Great to see him do that. You can see what it means to him. So excited. Sports are supposed to be fun. Lindgrutz having some fun there. What a beautiful wraparound. Good style with the spectacles as well under the glasses or under the cage there. But really tough tournament for the youngster. And for him to have something to feel good about, to head home with, that was a beauty. Great for the young man out of the Vålerenga program in Oslo.
Good power behind the net to drive, and then he uses his edge to make that tight corner. Finishes off the wraparound. Alexander Lindgrutz, as Jamie mentioned, his first of the tournament. 5-1. Norway is all smiles here in the 7th place game, leading Germany. Pabst slowly up the ice across the red line. Schroeder on the dump in. Herring, loose puck, and a big save made as Sundt got his paddle down. It just about deflected off of Hamra, but Norway able to recover on that broken play inside their zone. Now Hamra back checked by Schroeder, but it's still able to dump it in. Oyseth takes the hit from the German defenseman. Lost control, and it's cleared out. Verness wrists it in deep. Halfway through this third period. Loose puck, side of the net. They score. Lloyd Remy Solberg on the broken play inside the German blue ice. And Norway adds to their lead.
And just complete meltdown in the D zone right there by Germany. Not paying attention. Radler lost an edge, couldn't recover. Must be a helpless feeling for Radler in that situation. Blue paint puck sitting there, and Solberg gets the finish that isn't going to cause him too much trouble. You saw Kunst frustrated with his team afterwards. Kind of hung him out to dry just a little bit right there as they fell asleep in the defensive zone, and it's all working for Norway right now.
Simon Kunst has seen a lot of rubber tossed his way. Hasn't had a lot of help inside the defensive zone.
And speaking of help, the other end, Sundt for Norway getting run support for the first time. Little baseball reference there for you, but these two teams with the lowest shooting percentage, scoring efficiency in the tournament, under 10% of their shots have gone in. They're the only two teams in the tournament that have under 10% in shooting proficiency, and it looks like the referee there maybe getting some help from the German bench.
Simon Kunst on that replay, Jamie, you can see his frustration as Solberg put it in. Kunst grabbing that puck and throwing it in the corner. And then one of the linesmen, looks like his right thumb, perhaps.
Yeah, you can see it right here. Maybe shelter the eyes of your kids there, but getting some attention. Didn't notice. Great shot from the camera crew. Get that. Hopefully the bleeding can stop. Well, and dangerous business. Obviously these blades are sharp. And the linesman getting some repairs there.
Good job by the German staff to help them. There's Team China. They're getting ready for their 3 o'clock semifinal against the Americans. Having fun, enjoying their time in Moose Jaw.
And you know that, sorry to interrupt you there, James. You know that the Chinese badly wanted another crack at the Americans after the semifinal and the Paralympics. At home, the Chinese losing 11-0 to Team USA last year in Beijing at the Paralympic semifinals. So, you know they want the crack outside of just to prove that they are for real. A little revenge on their mind.
Their program's only been around since 2017. And I think they're making a statement here this week. But now they got to play a little bit higher level of competition than what they've seen previously throughout the course of this event. Look at the Americans at 3 o'clock in the semifinal. USA, the defending champions, ranked #1 in the world. That's the challenge that China wants, and I think it's a test that everybody wants to see China play because they've probably been the most impressive team for a lot of people here in Moose Jaw.
They've definitely turned heads, and one of the things that really gives them an opportunity is that they love to generate their offense on counterattacking opportunities. Now, they won't be as abundant for sure against the USA as they have been, but hey, they only need 2 or 3 or 4. And that could be have 2 or 3 or 4 goals. That's how quick they are. That's how electric they've been in this tournament. The USA can't let their guard down.
Let's not forget about the host team, Canada, as they'll play Czechia in the semifinal game at 7 o'clock. Another big crowd expected for that one. Kuli Landstein, again, great energy. Finishes his check, not able to get on the puck. 6-1, Norway leading here in the 7th place game. Maybe a little bit of frustration settling in for Germany as this game has gone on. Just haven't had an answer ever since Norway scored that short-handed goal 3:52 into this hockey game. Germany clears out. Orstega bouncing it on nets. Oof. Kuntz had to make a quick adjustment to get a piece of that one. As it's now flipped down the ice. Kuli Landstein. Good hustle. That's the energy you love to see from him. Couldn't get on the puck, though. Under 5 to go. Germany looking to center. They had Renhack on top of the crease. Norway collapses, and they clear. Solberg trying to split the D, but Germany closing the ice and take away the lane. Norway keeps it inside. Lindgroth scored the wraparound goal in the period. Plays it low. Germany controlling. Scores, though, his outlet pass broken up by Lindgroth. He's one of the smaller guys on the ice, hey, but you can see he's got a lot of hustle, knows where he needs to be, gets there quickly.
Yeah, it was in the D zone that he's had a hard time this tournament. -6 coming into this game. Worst on the Norwegian team, but you can tell he's got talent, there's no question.
Offside called against against Germany. And we're into another timeout. 6-1 Norway leads here at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming Geo satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Alexander Lindgroth and Lloyd Remy Solberg adding to Norway's lead in this third period, up 6-1 in the 7th place game. Welcome back. James Gallo, Jamie Newberger here with you. It's been all Norway, Jamie, hey? As they'll play it down the ice, get called for icing. Norway has had the energy, they've had the structure, they've had the discipline, they've had the consistency throughout the course of this hockey game.
Yeah, as I said, Ken Bobby, you think this is how he wants his team to play, and there have been lots of stretches in this tournament, despite the fact that the results have not been there, that they've played pretty good hockey. Just not rewarded offensively, and Germans have not shown what they can do here today either, I don't believe.
New experience for a lot of the Norway players. Relatively young team, average age of 29. Cleared out as it goes down on the ice. A lot of young players on their team. Talk about Ula Oyseth, Alexander Lindgroth, Fabian Cruikshank. All young guys.
Even their goalie, who's been the one that they've relied on, Andreas Sundt, only 21. Youth movement.
Could be a bright future for Norway. They got the right head coach to try and build that program. Germany, bit older team, average age of 36. Maybe just running out of gas here. Large shot. That's blocked by a diving Norstega, captain of the Norway team, and it's a guy you pinpointed, kind of leading the team by example. Saw that on that block shot. Trying to tip out is Norway. Hamra able to sneak it through. Germany dumps it back inside. 2.5 to go. 6-1. Norway in complete control. Oyseth bumped off the puck. Right back on it. Checked by Herring. Looks for Solberg. Driving inside. Save made with the blocker by Kunst. Ray Large up ahead. Looking for the forwards. Renhack. To Disfeld. Open ice collision there as Disfeld is hit by Clark Eggy. Norway moving north with speed. Solberg. Dumps it in. Sklors. Back for Norway. One of their bright young stars. To Kuli Landstein. Checked by Norstega. That works the puck free as it comes down low. Willa Oyseth gets back defensively as well. That's one thing you like to see from offensive players. Their ability to come back and play the full 200 feet.
And he has not lost many faceoffs this tournament. He has been dominant.
Oyseth stealing in the neutral zone. Looking for Solberg through the middle. Passes behind. Bouncing to the near side wall. Make. Couldn't drive for the shot. Willie Landstein on the back check steals. It's flipped down. And it will be icing with 59 seconds remaining here in this 7th place game.
Yeah, you mentioned Knut Andre Nordstoga. He's got a big job to teach this young Norwegian team, but Jan Roger Kokkek is another veteran guy on this team. Played big minutes in this tournament. Not a pretty player, not an offensive guy, just cleans up the business. And see Bakke getting some defenseman minutes here. Hasn't had much on the tournament, but just said they're really short bench on the back end, the Norwegians.
Toss from the blue line, wide of the net. Disfeld takes the sled out from underneath the Norway forward on the far boards. Play remains inside the German zone. 9-2 shots in favor of Norway here in the frame. Lindgroth didn't have numbers down low. Germany comes out. Renhack battling his way across the blue line. Maybe one last chance for Germany. Protecting the puck. Far shot blocker save made by Sundt. 15 seconds to go. Lindgroth pressured by 2 German forwards. Underneath the sled as the final moments wind down. Norway will take 7th place at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships as they knock off Germany 6-1. And They saved their best for last, Jamie, and they'll head home happy. Solid performance for Norway to end their tournament.
Yeah, everything went their way for the most part. Ulla Oiset, 4 points. Alex Lindgren, Lloyd Solberg getting goals, their first of the tournament, and Odin Bakke getting one as well. Just a really good performance. I said it a couple times, James, in the broadcast. New coach in Ken Babby has new ideas, new thoughts, new structures, and you got to have a win. You got to have good feelings to reinforce those things that you're teaching. So good for the Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada native coach to get a good win here to end the tournament on a high.
6-1 Norway as they beat Germany in the 7th place game. I like how you describe it, Jamie. It's just a good way for Norway to end their tournament. You know, go home feeling good about yourselves. Yeah, it's a process, right? New head coach. He's got new structures, new game plans. You know, they got a young team. And it's something for them to build on. They'll have the B pool coming up later this year. And it's an opportunity, this game, for them to build some guys to get some good experience. See what happens in that B pool. Want to come back to the A pool coming up next year.
And I think we learned all we wanted about this Norwegian team because Andreas Sundt played pretty much every minute.
For Germany, again, not the way that they wanted this tournament to end. I think their turning point was that shootout loss against Italy. Just didn't seem to have that jump after that game. Kind of missing that energy consistently here tonight. I like the energy of Ingo Cooley Landstein. But for Germany, an older team, tough to see where they go from here.
Yeah,
right?
It seemed like they really ran out of gas in this tournament. Big high with their opening day win over Norway. Nobody saw that coming, or few people saw that coming, and they had momentum going into the Italy game and spent a lot of gas in that one. Played great, just couldn't beat Santino Stilitano in the Italian net. And then they didn't have much left in the tank, it seems, after that.
Let's join public address announcer Craig Hemingway as they have the presentations for player of the game for both teams.
Today's best player of Team Germany is number 69, Lucas Sklors.
Sklors scores his first of the tournament. He's one of the players to watch for Germany in the coming years. He's 27 years old. He's been playing since he's been 12. That was the same year that he had his right leg amputated above the knee. Models his game after Korea's Sang-Hwan Young. Steady presence on the back end. He logs minutes. Hey,
steady presence. Found points in this tournament a little harder
Norway
than the
is number 16, Knut Andre Nordstoga.
Knut Andre Nordstoga, their captain, recognized as player of the game. I know Ulla Oisef got the points, but I think a good leader by Nordstoga, and I like the award given to him.
Yeah, the captain's going to need some rest after this tournament. James, it felt like he was out all game, every game for Norway, as they were short for defensemen, and he did what he could. Good to see him get recognized, I agree.
Good leader for this Norway team as they head into a new era in their program under head coach Ken Babby. Sklors and Nordstoga with some good words at the end of their presentations there. Sklors was looking up at the scoreboard too, pointed that out. But it's the gamesmanship and the sportsmanship between the teams. As you said, they're very familiar with one another as they play them each other quite a bit. Let's pause now for the playing of the Norway national anthem. congratulations to Norway. A nice 6-1 win here in the 7th place game over Germany. And Jamie, let's get ready now for semifinal Saturday. Coming up at 3 o'clock, it is the Americans and China. Americans top spot in Pool A. China advancing with a 7-2 win over Korea. That's going to be a great game to watch.
Look, nobody in Group B touched China. Nobody in Group A touched the USA. It's going to be fun. Everybody wants to see it in the para-hockey world. Get yourself a snack and a beverage, maybe some lunch. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be a beauty.
China has been impressive, but now they have their first real challenge of the event. That is the Americans. And, of course, the host team, Canada, on the ice at 7 o'clock. They'll take on Czechia, longtime rivals throughout the course of the hockey years, and that one again could be a doozy. Czechia plays that real physical style, and of course Canada's Canada. Hockey is what we do up here, so again, Jamie, should be a really good game.
Should be great. The Czechians were thrilled with how they played against Canada in the group stage. Only lost 2-1. Canada looking to step it up here in the semis tonight.
3 o'clock. The U.S. and China, 7 o'clock, Canada and Czechia. More action coming up, of course, tomorrow with the medal round. But that's it from this game. 6-1 Norway over Germany in the 7th place game. We'll be back at 3 o'clock as the World Para Ice Hockey Championships continue in downtown Moose Jaw.